Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty big news when it comes to the updates of the huge graphical changes when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. We also have some other little cool gaming news popping off, but I mainly want to go and showcase and talk about the upcoming and future changes and big, next groundbreaking changes that will be coming out here for all the consoles in the very near future. This also kind of does go and expand a little bit into things like, say, the Switch, or things like Steam Deck, PC, etc., but we'll probably want to focus on mainly on consoles, because it does kind of seem like this kind of been the big heavy hitter. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy that. And as well, we have some little other small stories. Reminder, we have a really big Samsung promotion going on as of right now. We'll have that link down below. So check out the How link and go and see all the upcoming awesome sales going over here for Samsung. We also have the Twitter and Twitch down below if you guys want to follow. And of course, all the Amazon Target links and all that good stuff down below. And let's go and dive into the video. So as you guys may or may not know, we've been seeing a lot of focus more on the next upcoming changes and next big, next level jump when it comes to games, when it comes to consoles, when it comes to everything in between. And right now, things are not messing around. Things are actually popping off and doing quite well. And we're going to talk a bit more on the upcoming as we're kind of, zoomed out over here. Okay, one of these days, I need you guys to go and smash the like button or yell at me in the comment section, because one of these days, I need to, number one, go get a haircut so I look a little bit less froofy over here. I don't know if this is even a proper word. And number two, I always hate the blending when it comes to my green screen. It's so hard to go and get clothes going. So you know what? We'll go to a webcam on it. But go yell at me so I listen to you guys, because I feel like my YouTube audience has always been really nice to me. So I got to listen to you guys. But basically, Unreal Engine 5.2 is now expanding out the toolset now for creating the next gen 3D graphics and content. So basically, there's just a huge, massive list in every big next Unreal Engine step, such as going from 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, or whatever it might go and be, typically is going to be giving us huge changes when it comes to games. So basically, the Unreal Engine is the standard right now for making all these big AAA games, and basically making indie games, making AAA games, and a lot of even bigger game studios that have their own engines have also even made the jump to Unreal. Now, some of the people actually are still using their own custom engines because they just have more options, more availability, or whatever, but it's still nice to see. So the latest version further pushes the boundaries of what creators can now do with the engine itself. So after showing what the new engine can do during the Game Developers Conference, which we did go and cover not too long ago, Epic Games has now released the latest edition of its 3D graphics creation platform. Unreal Engine 5.2 is a huge big update with its introducing innovative features, making content creation and world building jobs easier and more complete than ever. Now, if you guys have kind of missed some of this stuff, I'll maybe do a little quick highlight for you guys in the background. You guys can look in the bottom over here, where basically Unreal Engine is turning insane. It has things like more so procedurally generated content, more environments, allows you to basically go and make better environments too as well, better shading, better colors. We're going to go through it all, which kind of basically makes everything all sick. So basically, Epic has been highlighting all the stuff, pushing these big packages, and they want to make sure this is all really cool. So this is a basically procedurally generated content generation, or the PCG framework, which would, number one, also help out a lot of big game companies be able to go and kind of, make stuff. A good example in their highlights, we covered this before, is they essentially had a crossover section where you basically able to go and just procedurally generate stuff in the background, where it doesn't really matter how in-depth it is, but it's nice that it's there. So basically, the PCG can be used to define rules and parameters to populate large scenes with the assets provided by creators, making the process of building large game worlds fast and efficient. So another huge big step in making games, and also making background environments. The PCG features include both in-editor tools and a runtime component, which means the system can run inside a game or any other real-time applications with gameplay or scene geometry changing accordingly. And the PCG is also useful for linear content with large architectural projects, film scenes, and all these other various things. We need a lot of assets, which once again would be very nice when it comes to both making games or doing things like doing movies. Now, it's even kind of cooler to go and see this one because we have been seeing things like Unreal Engine sometimes being utilized for green screen backgrounds, sometimes being used for just overall cutscenes, or you guys can even use this as an example. Let's say you're filming a random scene, cutaway gag, whatever it might be, to make things different. There's a lot of virtual production and basically pre-made things to make things better. Maybe good examples, maybe for movie scenes, or maybe you're, let's say, a movie like Dune. We're in the middle of nowhere, a futuristic movie. You can somewhat use these scenes in the background that look realistic. But as well, this also is very nice when it comes to video games, video game cutscenes, video game environments, video game worlds, and the optimization of the actual worlds themselves. It's always really, really cool to see. So one of the other big upstanding features is Substrate, which Epic describes as a new way of authoring materials that gives creators more control over the look and feel of objects or real-time 3D scenes. When enabled, Substrate replaces the fixed suite of shading models with a more expressive and modular multi-lobe framework, providing a greater range of surface appearances. With Substrate, 3D designers can now easily describe layered such as liquid on metal or dust on a clean coat. So, what this also kind of means for the future of gaming is that this might be, as you kind of saw that example, is maybe it's raining. So, and as it goes and rains throughout these experiences, maybe it will just change the textures and the environments, or like on a car, on your clothes, on a weapon, or whatever it might be. Or as well, maybe a good example is like dust. We can maybe have, like, say you have a weapon that's been sitting around for a while, or maybe just in an environment, like say you're playing a game like a Tomb Raider type style game, and then you go and you find like a random, like say knife in the, like just a random hut. Maybe it's an abandoned hut. I don't know. Maybe you're playing a horror game and the things, there's spiders and cobwebs that are all between it. You go and see this type of stuff, and they could actually add this layer of like dust on top of the weaponry that maybe would come off as you use it, or maybe as you clean it, or maybe just there to make it look more aesthetic in the background, which makes the overall vibe a little bit better. Like, you guys are kind of seeing how this next level stuff in terms of reflections, in terms of colors, in terms of everything is very, very neat. Unreal Engine 5.2 further improves its virtual production or in-camera visual effects, or the ICVFX toolset, a kind of production technology based on LED panels used as backdrops for real-time 3D graphics display, which is also very nice to see. The ICVFX was extensively used in the Mandalorian TV series, so we're seeing this, as I mentioned, in like TV shows and movies and everything else, but on top of that, we're also seeing this too in things like video game cutscenes, or just video game graphics, or making the games themselves as a whole. And the Unreal Engine 5.2 improves the virtual production workflow, so once again, it's also even easier then to make games, even easier then to do games, and even just everything else in between. I think it's actually very, very nice. Like, these are just some next big level upgrades and changes that we can go and see. So other big things that can kind of note, they had things like touch-based controls for stage operations and modifications such as color grading, light card placements, and more, which once again can make games a lot easier to go and develop, make, and just do. And Unreal Engine 5.2 also provides native support for the Apple Silicon platform as well, which is also expanding out just besides only consoles like the PlayStation or Xbox into other big things like operating systems, and I believe Windows is usually fine for when it does come with Unreal Engine. So basically, we're just expanding out this huge, huge change for graphics, for development, and everything else, now that 5.2 on Unreal Engine is now finally coming out. Very cool to see. So this also will have better improved stability, and all of this with all this stuff is nice. And last but not least, the Unreal Engine 5.2 includes a new ML deformer sample designed to show how the engine's machine learning technology, because of course ML algorithms must also be everywhere now, can shape a realistic 3D character for high-end gaming scenarios, which is specifically for PC gaming and for consoles as well. For game professionals and 3D designers, Epic further provides a gargantuan list of all the innovations, improvements, and changes brought to the world of Unreal Engine. So basically, it's just easier to make games, develop games, do games, optimize games, include the actual, like, I guess, preliminary loading of games, using this for movies, everything. Like, it's just good. It's just a really good, big change that is basically changing the future of graphics and everything else in between. So very cool update, just letting you guys all know. Now, to also give you guys more details, Elden Ring has actually now passed over 20 million total sales, with as well, once again, a lot of the DLC rumors planned out for maybe 2024, so be on the lookout for that if you guys want to go see it. We've been seeing rumors, recent talks in this one too, so it does kind of seem like they pulled over 20.5 million units. As well, we've also been seeing a lot of rumors and news that they actually want to go and expand out even more and make even better and cooler games, and they want to keep on making bigger end games such as Elden Ring, just in general. So it's very cool to go and see this one in just overall. And last but not least, we also did see some news when it comes to Skate, where it does seem like Skate 4 is actually at least a year away, which makes me a little bit sad. I'm actually very hyped up for the next upcoming Skate. This will be a very chill game to go and play on stream. A very cool, chill game to do whatever on. I want to enjoy it. I want to like it. So it's kind of my thoughts on this one. It's a little bit sad to go and see, because we just realized from the EA online deals that, well, we just can't deal with it, which does make me a little bit sad. Like, they would have probably teased about it, talked about it, or whatever. We have some other games on the way, like Apex updates or Sims updates. but it's not the same. And last but not least, look at this cute little cat by a PlayStation. It's really cute. I'm always a cat guy, as I'm sure you guys probably could tell. And, well, any cute cat is always a big thumbs up for me. So thank you guys all for watching. We'll have another video up throughout the day. Make sure you guys check out the Samsung promotions going on, linked down below. We also do have the Twitter and Twitch if you guys want to follow and playing some Zelda as well down below. Also have the Amazon links on top of that too. And just leave a like, your thoughts, and comments, and let me know what you guys all think about the future of gaming.